The Nightbeat starts right now.
This is not going to be an Uvalde situation. We're going to react and respond appropriately.
A promise to parents in SAISD, the lessons the district says it has learned from yesterday's lockdown and false threat, and the school rule some families are questioning.
Migrants continue to pour into the U.S., with more than a third coming from just 3 countries. The issues and policy behind the rush towards the U.S. border.
We come together and it's kind of like, here's this thing that we've just put our hearts, like sweat and tears, like our heart in it.
Demand for professional orchestras is growing. Meet the group sharing their love of music across South Texas.
But first, tonight there are calls for change at Jefferson High School, one day after this very chaotic scene unfolded there. Parents rushing to the campus yesterday afternoon during a lockdown for a threat that turned out to be false.
District leaders say they have learned from that experience, but as the Night Team's John Paul Barajas explains, some families think there is more that can be done.
I'm supposed to feel happy at school, be happy with my friends, and today was not one of those days. Today's where my life could have been on the line.
17-year-old Marty Gonzalez says he was relieved to hug his parents after a lockdown for an unsubstantiated threat yesterday at Jefferson High School.
Police, police, police.
This cell phone video shows officers sweeping classrooms.
Hey guys, we're still on lockdown. It's a real threat.
Some students laughed, but others like Gonzalez and Christopher Corrales were shaken by the response.
This is one of the things that I'm going to have to try and move on forward for. And it's also one of the things I'm also going to remember for the rest of my life.
They just told us to put our hands up, but still a gun pointing aiming at your face is not right.
Students and parents tell us a school policy that requires cell phones to be turned in at the start of each class only made the fear and anxiety worse.
I couldn't get a hold of him, and if it was an active shooter, what if he was one that got shot and I wouldn't have known? It's not okay. It's not okay to take their phones away. It's not. Especially what happened at Robb Elementary. It's not okay. It's just not.
SAISD Superintendent Jaime Aquino explains that policy varies by each campus and is decided upon by school staff and parents.
That they wanted to make sure that the students didn't have phones in terms of that interrupted with instruction. But we don't have a policy, so every campus can revisit those decisions.
District Police Chief Johnny Reyes Jr. believes that topic should be revisited.
It's an opportunity for us to have direct communication with what's going on inside. It's also communication that they may have with their parents that says, Mom, I'm okay, Dad, I'm fine.
Both superintendent and police chief say they are pleased with the way that protocols were executed, but that they want to improve communication with parents. They plan on doing that by starting to send text notifications, as well as using bullhorns for large crowds at scenes. And they also plan on making short videos on how parents can better assist them at any given threat going forward. As for the phone policy, they say all you have to do is call to the school to get that topic reviewed. At Jefferson High School, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, John Paul. New tonight, we now know the name of a woman whose body was found in a ditch in Live Oak. She has been identified as 50-year-old Laura Briseño. That's according to the Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office. Her body found Monday afternoon in a ditch near the intersection of Judson and Topperwine Roads. Live Oak police say Briseño had no identifying information on her except for several tattoos. As of right now, her cause of death is still pending with the Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office.
Tonight, we are learning more about why the U.S. Department of Homeland Security is seeing an influx of people fleeing Venezuela, Cuba, and Nicaragua.
The Night Team's Alyssa Cole spoke with experts and migrants today, and they all tell her one of the reasons is bigger than politics or crime.
This week, data released from the Department of Homeland Security reflects a unique increase in the number of asylum seekers from 3 Latin American countries. It shows a 175% increase in individuals seeking refuge from Venezuela, Cuba, and Nicaragua.
You're talking about people who are fleeing regimes that are less than friendly to the United States.
UTSA political science professor John Taylor says a big reason why we're seeing migrants from those countries now could be tied to current Biden administration policy.
Mexico agreed to not allow migrants from Honduras, from El Salvador, and from Central America to come to the United States. But there's nothing in the agreement about Nicaragua, Cuba, and Venezuela.
We also spoke with an economics professor, and he tells us inflation in other countries could also be a big push factor in migrants seeking refuge in the United States.
Venezuela has had enormous inflation rates, thousands of %. So people flee that kind of situation.
It's a big part of the reason why Joel Maldonado fled to Texas from Venezuela with his wife and small daughter. He says $12 a week. You can't even survive on that. Who is going to survive on $12? He tells us his daily salary in Venezuela was only enough to buy 2 groceries. He says one day of work in Venezuela, $1 for rice, $1 for flour, so $2 daily. Another man we spoke to, also from the same country, tells us crime was a driving factor, forcing him to leave his home. But his hopes are to make a better life here. He says everybody has a right to an opportunity to live well. As of now, the Biden administration has not announced any plans to approach this influx differently compared to others in the past. Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
Meanwhile, the fallout from the group of nearly 50 migrants who were flown from San Antonio on a charter plane to Florida and then on to Massachusetts continues tonight. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office is opening an investigation, and a federal class action lawsuit has been filed on behalf of several migrants taken to Martha's Vineyard last week. But what does this mean for those pending immigration cases? Many fear the asylum cases could be jeopardized, as it will be difficult now for migrants to appear before an immigration judge as ordered by the Department of Homeland Security, along with making it harder to file a change of address. Immigration attorney Christopher Alonzo says ICE was likely not made aware of any changes.
They still have their monitoring officer, the deportation officer, that they have to report to. Now they may have an order of deportation in absentia. That means they never showed up.
While their cases could be reopened, Alonzo says it would be a longer process, especially when pro bono legal service providers are already saturated with immigration cases.
Now for a look at your headlines in your Nightbeat News Flash. Del Rio police are looking for a man considered armed and dangerous and connected to a robbery and kidnapping. 26-year-old Jose Rudarte is facing charges. He's one of 3 suspects accused of those crimes, according to Del Rio police. They also say if anyone comes into contact with him, do not approach him. Anyone with information on where he is should call Del Rio police at 830-774-2711. NyQuil medicine and raw chicken. Sounds like a terrible combination, but it's also very dangerous. That's the warning coming from the FDA after a social media challenge has gone viral. Videos on TikTok show people cooking chicken in NyQuil. Yes, the over-the-counter cold medicine. The FDA says although the medicine is safe to consume, boiling it could make it more concentrated and hazardous to your health. They go on to say even if you don't eat this questionable combination, just inhaling the concoction can cause high levels of drugs to enter your body. Happening tomorrow, Edgewood ISD hosting a job fair. They're looking to hire for positions in the Edgewood Police Department. That job fair is from 2 to 6 p.m. tomorrow at the Edgewood Performing Arts Theater off Lance Street. Open positions come with police certification stipends, a starting pay of $21 an hour for police officers, and employees can access the Employee Health Clinic with a zero copay per visit. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash.
Tonight, President Biden has approved a major disaster declaration that will help provide assistance for Puerto Rico. As the death toll continues to rise from Hurricane Fiona, thousands are still facing tough days ahead without basic utilities. Fiona so far has killed at least 5 people from Puerto Rico, Guadalupe, and the Dominican Republic. In Puerto Rico, about half of the island is still without running water, according to FEMA officials, and only 300,000 of the 1.5 million people on the island have power right now. Fiona had sustained winds of almost 125 miles per hour. Here at home, those with family on the island say it's very triggering to see just 5 years after the devastation of Hurricane Maria.
Our hearts really do go out, and we feel really powerless and kind of guilty because we are over here. We're away from our family. We're away from our loved ones. We are away from our people while they are struggling.
Officials were able to begin visiting several islands and begin the repairs.
2 local symphonies are doing more than just making some sweet music, but gaining more eyes on their craft. What's behind this growing momentum? Still to come. When the San Antonio Symphony dissolved earlier this year, it left a hole in the South Texas performing arts scene.
Yeah, and while the musicians of the symphony are moving forward together, some small grassroots orchestras are also now gaining momentum around the San Antonio area.
The Night Team's Patty Santos introduces us to 2 orchestras that prove the key to success is in the delivery.
I just really love playing with a group. Like I don't really have as much motivation to just play on my own for myself, I guess.
Veda Corso and 70 members with the South Texas Symphonic Orchestra love playing at auditoriums across the area.
We come together and it's kind of like, here's this thing that we've just put our hearts, sweat and tears, our heart in it. So just something for them to enjoy and experience.
Artistic director Ronnie Sanders started the nonprofit 5 years ago, aiming to draw high-caliber musicians to form a professional-level orchestra to play it for free.
We are driven by the passion and the emotion and the beauty of music. Most of our concerts are absolutely free. We want anybody who wants to hear an orchestra come without any problem with ticket prices.
The symphony has slowly gained notoriety and a following. On this night, they're practicing for the fall season. In Seguin, the Mid-Texas Symphony is a full professional orchestra. They also perform in New Braunfels, and they're slowly stretching their music impact and reach.
We are actually progressing towards a very prominent regional professional orchestra in Central Texas.
With an annual budget of $425,000, the 45-year-old organization employs just over 70 members.
We're grassroots and we're small but mighty as an organization, and our communities are smaller but growing by percentage, really amazingly.
Soon they'll be expanding further into Valverde.
Over the years, we have been the leading arts organization in our area that provides not just quality artistic concerts or quality concerts, but the leading educational outreach program for students to come and watch music free of charge to their schools.
The goal for both organizations is to someday have their own performance hall, but they say traveling to different venues allows them to stretch and expose new communities to their art. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
And we mentioned the musicians of the San Antonio Symphony. They are still playing together under a new name, the San Antonio Philharmonic. The group performed for the first time under its new title earlier this month, and you can show your support for the Philharmonic by picking up a sweet treat. Bakery Lorraine will donate a portion of its sales of the S.A. Philmocha macaroon to the Philharmonic through September 30th. They will be available at all Bakery Lorraine locations. As for the Philharmonic, their next concerts are scheduled for early October.
Music and something sweet. Let's take a look outside with live cam tonight. All right, it is all about the temperatures and, how close are we going to get to 100 again? Adam.
Again, yeah, we're going to be pretty close to 100 degrees in the days ahead. Right near 100 tomorrow and Friday. I think a degree shy, but of course that's within the realm of possibility that we actually hit 100 again. Sunny and dry stretch of weather, and then we're watching for some tropical development that's headed into the Caribbean right now and could end up in the Gulf as our next tropical cyclones. We'll take a look at the spaghetti models and plots in just a little bit. Let's talk temperatures though. 95, that was our high temperature today. The average high is 89, and we're going to be pushing record territory here the next couple of days. 84 officially at the airport, Converse 78 along with Bandera, New Braunfels 79. I mean, temperatures right now and what we're experiencing is more typical of average August conditions. Now there is a cold front off to the north. It's moved through the Panhandle, or moved into the Panhandle. Amarillo right now at 74. Guyman, Oklahoma is 61, and we have some 40s and 50s behind this cold front. This is a real deal fall cold front it's just not going to make it here to our neck of the woods. This is going to stall out well to the north of us. So that fall-like feel, that fall air is going to stay bottled up to the north for now. We will experience a separate cool front, a weak one, early next week on Monday. That'll take us from 99 Thursday and Friday down closer to 90 degrees as we get into next week by Tuesday. And that's going to give us some cooler mornings as well. We'll take a look at the 7-day in a moment. It's also going to impact our dew points and mugginess. So the humidity has been on the rise this evening. It's going to get really sticky by tomorrow morning. Dew points now in the 60s, and of course closer to the Gulf Coast in the lower 70s. I mean, it's where we get our moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. But look at the dew point trend for the next several afternoons. Not all that humid Thursday and Friday, at least during the hottest part of the day it's not going to be. Friday and Saturday, a different story. But then that weak cold front hits, and then by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, we're likely talking dew points down in the 40s. So very dry air compared to what we've had for quite some time. Right now, still summer-like. Upper level high, it's planted right overhead, deflecting all the active weather up and around Texas and away from us. Even severe thunderstorm activity in parts of Idaho and Utah today. That's not all that common. I mean, it's not unheard of, but it's just not a frequent situation for them. Otherwise, quiet around here. We have Hurricane Fiona, max sustained winds of 130, gusting up to 160, Cat 4 right now. Likely to go just west of Bermuda for the center of the circulation in the eye of the storm, but still obviously impact parts of Bermuda, especially as a Cat 3, Cat 4 hurricane, and then still pack a bit of a punch in eastern Canada, even though it's going to be weakening. Gaston, tropical storm, North Atlantic, not affecting anybody. 90% chance of development here, this little disturbance, this wave that's moving into the Caribbean right now. This is the one that's likely to develop into the next tropical depression, then tropical storm, maybe, I think likely, even a hurricane, and then end up somewhere in the central to eastern Gulf of Mexico potentially as we get into next week. So something that obviously bears some close watching, but no threat at the moment. Not 73 in the morning tomorrow, 91 at noon. 99 the high. Obviously, some neighborhoods will hit 100. I think even New Braunfels and Seguin, triple digits. South side of San Antonio around Stinson Airport, triple digits. And of course, the irony is not lost here that tomorrow is the autumnal equinox at 8:04 p.m. And notice a dry forecast, just that 10% chance on Monday with that weak cool front. Mornings in the 60s by Tuesday. How does that look?
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Thank you, Adam.
Cowboys needing to make some roster moves ahead of their game on Monday.
They want to give every chance for Michael Gallup to try and get back to playing a game as early as this Monday night. But before that, he has to practice when we come back. More about making way for Michael, and our trophy tour continues for the KSAT Pigskin Classic with a trip out to Smithson Valley coming up.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy confirmed today that the release of former Warren High School football player Dennis Houston on Monday was to make roster space for Michael Gallup's anticipated return. After making the 53-man roster, Houston played in the first 2 games of the regular season, but now McCarthy telling us today they want to give Gallup every opportunity to work out this week after recovering from off-season ACL surgery to possibly play Monday against the Giants, but no guarantees.
Michael Gallup will take a full slate of reps this week, so we'll give him every opportunity to get ready. And we're not going to really know until Sunday. After that Sunday practice, we get on the plane. It's exactly where we are.
Houston Texans hit the road to Chicago for their next game this Sunday at noon. And for quarterback Davis Mills, he only has 1 win in his short NFL career away from the NRG Stadium. What are some of the challenges he's faced with playing on the road?
A lot of them are the first times I'm seeing new stadiums, so being able to handle the new environment, manage crowd noise, and effectively communicate at the line, those are big things. But, when it boils down to it, football is still football, so we just got to go out there and do our job.
All right, the Bears are only 2.5-point favorites. When the UTSA Roadrunners face Texas Southern in the Alamo Dome this Saturday, there will be some changes on the roster due to injuries on that offensive line. Head coach Jeff Traylor confirming today that he's moving defensive linemen to the offensive line to fill in the gaps left by those injuries. One for sure who is very special to Traylor.
We're going to move Walker Beatty. And Walker was my very first recruit when I got here. And I still remember going to Dave and Krista's house that night and Walker, and he's the first person I sat down with as a UTSA head football coach. So I really want to brag on him. He's a really good football player, and he just is doing what's best for the team. We've got 7 linemen injured, 4 of them for a significant amount of time. And he came over and has looked fantastic already. Hasn't complained. I wouldn't have done it if Walker didn't want to. And it just shows, it's a great example of our football team, of how they're here for the team.
UTSA is anywhere from 37 to 44-point favorites for the 2:30 kickoff on Saturday in the Alamo Dome. When the Texas Longhorns face the Texas Tech Red Raiders this Saturday, it appears that they will be at full strength at quarterback. Starter Quinn Ewers has been back at practice this week after suffering an SC sprain in his left non-throwing shoulder against Alabama. Hudson Card had raised any doubts about his ankle when he galloped for that big 32-yard gain against the Roadrunners. The only question is, do you rush Ewers back against a team that you beat 70-35 last year at home?
They all practiced today, which is a positive. Okay, so that to me is a really good sign. You know, last Monday they didn't all practice, so to have the point to where we are today from the quarterback situation, they were all out there, which is a great sign. And it wasn't, you know, everybody was in there doing their team drills and different things. I think it's the progress that Quinn's making. I think it's HUD's ability to bounce back after playing Saturday and the ankle to feel good enough to go today. So, and Malik had a good practice today as well. So a lot of positives there.
We will see on Saturday at 2:30. Our KSAT Pigskin Classic Trophy Tour continues at Smithson Valley. Another big game on our big game coverage this Friday night. It's my pleasure to present you your football trophy for the first annual KSAT Pigskin Classic 2022 and your victory in the first game. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg, and thank KSAT for hosting us and having us. Obviously, we enjoyed the win, but we also enjoyed the experience. Memorable day for all our players and coaches, so thanks for having us.
And our KSAT Pigskin Classic Tour Trophy Tour wraps up after our visit to Smithson Valley. To make the presentation, head coach Larry Hill and his team for their 14-13 victory of Reagan to kick off our triple header in the Alamo Dome to start the 2022 high school football season. It's hard to believe that we're already in week 5 now. One of the big games in a big game coverage this Friday night will be the Marion Bulldogs against the Randolph Rohawks. The Rohawks come into this match with a perfect 4-0 record, ranked 7th in 12's top 12 sub-5A poll with back-to-back shutouts against YMLA of 45-0, 35-0 over Kennedy. The Bulldogs are 3-1 overall and featured just last week in our big game coverage road trip, where he scored a big bounce-back victory over Karn City, 35-12, following their first loss of the season against Gonzales. Now these two teams meet to kick off play in District 13 3A Division 1.
It's a very important game. They beat us pretty good last year, so we need to go Friday night and take a good win.
Always sends a message. It's definitely because there's definitely teams in our district that I know they're overlooking us and they're being like, oh, we got it in our bag. This district is ours. But if we send a message with Marion, then every other team is just going to be like, oh, all right, we got to look out, and we're gonna go in strong. I know that for sure.
All right, kickoff Friday night at Rohawk Stadium is set for 7 p.m. and KSAT Sports will be there. In fact, it all starts for week 5 tomorrow, where we have 6 big games on Thursday night.
It's going by fast.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks, Greg.
We'll be right back. NASA is sharing a stunning view of Neptune and its rings taken by its James Webb Telescope. It's the telescope's first image of Neptune, and it's the clearest view of the planet in more than 30 years when Voyager 2 flew by.
Pretty neat stuff. The telescope picked up several bright, narrow rings, as well as the fainter dust bands. As for the bright light in the upper middle of the image, that's not a star.
NASA says it's Neptune's large and unusual moon, Triton, which reflects an average of 70% of the sunlight hitting it. Neptune has 14 known moons, and Webb picked up 7 of them.
That's no moon, it's a space station. Had to, sorry.
Cue the music right now, right? All right, tomorrow, Kerrville, Fredericksburg, 95 to Rio, 96. A little closer to 100 around town. Even Gonzales, I think, hitting triple digits tomorrow. A few neighborhoods hitting 100 the next couple of days, then temperatures slowly and gradually drop off.
Thanks, Adam. That does it for the Night Beat. Don't forget, Good Morning San Antonio starts tomorrow at 4:30.
Have a great night.